what we were doing. I will encourage them to pick some up. Hey. I like this because then you could be like, these are my 101 study. This is my 101 study set. And then we move on to 102, then you'll have your 102 study set. Yes, we'll keep it going. Squib? Hey, oh, sorry. Hot slacheo. Hot shudubuchlid. Good day, good to see everybody. Let's practice sounds. We'll flip it. We'll do some sounds this time around. But instead of reviewing, we're going to spend some time doing, we're going to spend some time working through the unique sounds of the bardell and the running man. Over the years, we've tried some creative ways of teaching people how to master these sounds. I feel like Apollo's been sitting here. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so that's for Apollo. So we will start out with the sound chart. All right. The reason why I put the sound chart L, bardell, running man, like going through these together, the bardell and the running man, it's technically called glottalized barred lambda, but instead of calling it that letter, we call it a running man because it does look like a stick figure. Oops. With the two legs, the two arms, the head, and a bead of sweat. I don't know where that originated from. The whole time that I've worked in the department, I've learned that this is the running man, so it's definitely been a couple decades, probably 30 years ago plus is when they decided to call this the running man instead of the glottalized barred lambda. So we are going to gradually move from making an L sound to a bardell sound to the running man. The placement of your tongue for all three of these letters is in the same spot. So I want you guys to start out by making a continuous L sound. So it's going to sound really creepy in here. Pay attention to where your tongue is at behind your front two teeth. At least for me, that's where it's at. What are some good? La, 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 la. Like just make some sounds. La, 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 la. Pay attention to that's why we really talk a lot about our mouth. Where's the sound coming from? What's going on with the placement of our tongue? Is the sound coming from the back? Is the sound coming from the side, from the front? We talk a lot about the relationship of what our mouth is doing when we're trying to produce these sounds. Oops. So for these letters, I don't know if anybody else is coming in, but I'll put the stopper in. Sorry, Apollo. I promise that doesn't mean you're tardy. Okay, so starting with that L sound. Now to make the barred L sound, You're going to blow air out the side of your mouth while your tongue is still in that same place with the L. So it changes from So I want you to kind of feel for that. Mine comes out this side. This apostrophe is going to force this sound. So we're going from Pay attention to what's going on in your mouth when you're transitioning those sounds. Another thing that we've tried in the past, you'll notice there's a TLA. Some of the documentation in the past had TLA to try to make a combination of English sounds to produce this. So we'll transition from la, tla, la, tla. So if you do that, tla, tla, tla. Do you guys notice just that slight little abrupt air on the side of your mouth when you're going
on the
tla, tla, tla? So that's getting us closer to that. We've also tried things in the past, you know, people who ride horses making that little, that sound. I think when Becky Posey was teaching the college level class, she was trying to get people to say night, light, night, light, night, light. Like say it faster and faster and faster and faster. That's when you start to hear that click. Like you're starting to produce that forced sound. All right, one more time. We've also been told that that was a cuss word. Like we didn't have cuss words, but if somebody was upset, they would. So So if you hear people so taking your frustration out could be making that running man sound. All right. I will start out with the vowels, and then we will out, and we'll start with the first line with the L's, then the barred L's, back to the regular L's, then to the TLA, and then to the running man. E, A, O, U. Yahout. La, la, li, lay, lo, lu. Barred L. Yahout. Shla, shla, she, shlay, shlo, shlu. Back to the L. Yahout. La, la, li, lay, lo, lu. The TLA. Yahout. Tla, tla, tli, tlay, tlo, tlu. And now the running man. Yahout. E, A, O, U. How does that feel? You guys feel like you're making that sound? Getting there?
That
I would
take
say
some practice.
It does. It does. And this sound chart, doing it in this manner, hopefully will help you build your ability to reach the sound of the running man. And then you can cuss everyone out. Just kidding.
Goals.
Dang it, we're sharing our secrets with the outside world. Okay. Let's take a look at, so if for those who are enrolled in the class and you're looking at the Canvas, we follow some of that, but I have not gone into Canvas to restructure anything. It's not even allowing me to change the dates. So like day 1 has a whole different date from the first day of this quarter. So I still need to make modifications for those who are signed up on Canvas. Please don't stress. The homework and all of that stuff, that's not what we're doing. A lot of the homework, we're gonna do this in class.
Okay.
Like this review worksheet, I named it a review worksheet. This says homework. So this is what you technically would have done on Canvas, but we're doing it together. Review part 2 homework.
Is it the first assignment on the?
No.
I did the first one, and then I was like,
Die hard. Okay. Day 6, day 7. Let's do this one. We already did some of this. This is possessives and named possessives. We already talked about named possessives. So this one is give an example of a possessive. And once again, we're writing it in, we're doing English. I'm not expecting anybody to have mastered any of the words that we've gone over yet. So we are just writing things down in English. So give an example of a possessive. What is a possessive? I mean, technically this would be our homework, but we could just share it out loud. His. My. Yeah. Okay. His, my, your, our. Some of the things we talked about, my car, your car, y'all's car. I still to this day, I don't know how to, I don't have a confident way of using the plural your. And Toby is just so old school that she would always do the you folks. You folks' car. You folks' dog. And I'm like, Toby, we don't talk like that. Okay, what about a named possessive? We talked about this yesterday. What is an example of a named possessive? I always wonder if I'm spelling possessive right too. Yes. Sometimes I feel like there's too many S's. Possessives. We said my, your, our, y'all's, his, hers, theirs. And then when we move on to that named possessive, how is that shown in English? Yes. So whenever we see this apostrophe S, and we're going to learn just how confusing that can be. Because we could be talking about Montaniel's car. We could be talking about Montaniel's dad's car. We could be talking about Montaniel's dad's grandpa's car. Like your apostrophe S's can go on and on and on. And then you have to like take all of those back and you're like, wait, what am I even talking about? I got so thrown off by all of these possessives. What are we talking about? What is the noun? What's the actual noun, the thing we're talking about? So yes, we have this apostrophe S. So for this one, I am going to say Montaniel's car. So we see that apostrophe S right here. Okay, then take a quick little challenge to yourself and write 4 sentences in English with different possessives. Okay. So the examples that I came up with, my car, your house, our office, his dog. I guess that's not full sentences. My bad. Hold on. And I did ask Brian to add some music because sometimes it gets to be too quiet when we're trying to write our stuff. So thank you, Brian, for giving us a little bit of music there.
That's my nighttime meditation music.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, oh, meditation time.
Yeah.
Okay. I just turned them into sentences real quick. My car is black, your house is blue, our office is messy, his dog is loud. Okay. Now, when we move on to named possessives, now I'm going to do, since I already talked about Montaniel's car, beige?
Yeah.
Tan? Gold?
Like beige.
Beige? Montaniel's car is beige.
What are we doing now?
Writing the named possessives, 2 different sentences.
Oh, okay.
So just coming up with your 2 sentences. Just in English. In English, we're just trying to get used to writing these types of sentences, practicing those so that when we start learning these words in Lushootseed, we're going to have kind of that easier transition in translating.
So would one of my sentences is Azalea and Asher rule the houses. Would that work?
No, because you could say whose house.
My house.
Yes, there you go. That
Okay.
switches it.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get it now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So as long as we have these, my, your, our, his, or this apostrophe S.
Okay.
So that's how we know it's the named possessive.
Okay.
Montaniel's car, Sonia's house. Okay, are we good? Feeling good on these? All right, then we're gonna move on to what would be review homework. because I feel like we're just plugging along with this. So don't worry when you look on Canvas. This is not homework. You're already doing it in class.
Done.
Yep,
Done.
do it. Okay.
That way it quits telling me I'm behind. And
Oh, okay. Give me reminders on that because then I can just be like submitted, graded,
Okay.
100%.
Glow bill. What kind of glow bill?
Okay.
Glow bill chest.
So we're going to start going through these words. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to not only complete this worksheet, but if you have your key rings and you want to start practicing some of these words, then we can do that as well. Let me erase this real quick. Review part 2 homework. It says homework, but we're going to do this together. All right, so ustobil. Ustobil. Ustobil.
Ustobil.
Does anybody know what ustobil means?
That's what I'm looking for.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Ustobil is fine.
Fine.
Eh. So you could say ustobil chud. I'm fine. Us child see Princey. How's Princey doing? Us obil see Princey.
Glow bill, see Princey. Oh, Princey's fine.
Hey, speaking in third person. Okay, what type of word is this?
Adjective.
Thank you for smart people.
This is going to be one of those ones that it's going to, this is a feeling, and this is going to be one of those words that come first.
Adjectives are descriptive.
So for this one, if I said ustobil see Princey, Princey is fine. Is the verb, is fine. So this one is going to be categorized as one of our verb words.
Oh.
Is will be the verb. Princey is fine. Is the verb.
Okay.
Yes. So it's a feeling. Our feelings are going to be noted as verbs. Okay. Okay. This next one is a typo. That dash should be after. So it should look like this. That dash should be after. Odd. Odd. So that one is your. And what type of word is it? Possessive. You know what I'm going to end up doing? I'm going to switch colors so it doesn't just look like a big blob on the board. Okay, next one. Hate. 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 Hate means big. And what type of word is that, Montano?
Adjective.
Okay, how about e-toot? E-toot. Sleep. What type of word is sleep? Verb. Lot. 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 Anybody know lot?
Elder.
Yep, old.
Old.
Lot. Old. We use that for elders. Lot. So in the blessing that we did, Guahali Choft, he lot chash, our old ones. Lot. And what type of word is that?
Adjective.
The fun thing is, we're actually going to do a Mad Libs. So we're going to get used to connecting these words. Who remembers Mad Libs? You don't remember Mad Libs? The books?
You fill in.
Yeah, you got to fill in, like it says, put a noun right here, put a verb, and then it's like some crazy story. Yeah, we're going to do those.
Now I remember that part.
Yes.
That was like, oh,
That was when we went here. Okay, next one. Potted. 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 Potted.
Shirt.
Shirt. Potted.
hostage.
Potted. Potted. I want to say that this is a tool for, I think they named this word, I don't have my dictionary with me, but it's like a tool for the wind, or, you know, something to, a tool used for covering you from the wind.
So, like, would you say hudalis potted or potted hudalis?
Good question. Hodalus potted.
Hodalus potted.
Hodalus
Okay.
potted. Hey. What type of word is potted? Noun. It's a thing.
Podalus means like orange, right?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Podalus.
That's one that we had to, we had certain colors that our ancestors used. And then there are some words that we had to create them. We had to come up with how would our ancestors refer to this specific color. And we chose hode because of a fire. When you look at a fire, like the fire color. And then alus means something that you see, something, and it's some of the colors are referenced with alus. So we created hodalus. Huh?
Are all the alus ones, are those all the new ones, or some of them?
Well, no, not necessarily. We used it as a model for some of the words that we had to create, yes. Because kite kayalus, they have like a variety of blues. Kite kayalus is what we kind of use in general for blue, but they have like bluish green, they have greenish yellow. Like they have colors that are very specific. But yes, good question. Adjective first.
How would you say orange shirt day?
Hodalus, potted. Then you kind of get it. I mean, you could do very like hodalus, potted, slacheo. Like very like boom, boom, boom. I translated directly all of those words. And that is something that comes up when people want to like name this holiday. Yes, we say Orange Shirt Day, but what is this What are we really
symbolizing?
calling it? What is the feeling of this day?
And that's why it's called the Day of Remembrance, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Now it's coming all
Yes.
together.
Yep. Yep. Utsi Sala. This one kind of looks different, but what are we really saying?
Sarah's.
Sarah's. And what type of word or what type of formula is this?
Named possessive.
Named possessive. And if you didn't know this already, I don't expect you to because we just introduced that apostrophe S. And I briefly said when you see that apostrophe S, it's going to be an utty or an utsi. When we use that formula, really what it's saying is, sorry, Montaniel, I'm going to keep using you.
It's the name, dude.
So when we're talking about Montaniel's car, we still want to know, like, what are we specifically talking about? We're focusing on the elt bead. The elt bead. His canoe out there. We're talking about his car. And then when we see that apostrophe S, it's going to be T. Montaniel. So what we're really saying is the car of the Montaniel. So then if we wanted to describe it, beige teak ilbida ti Montaniel. So you really start over here and then you start reversing your sentence. So that T is like saying of the.
That makes a lot of the stories that I read now a lot more sense. When you read them out in English,
Yeah.
it makes a lot more sense now.
Yes. Our ancestors, the way that they told our stories, regardless of whether they told them in Lushootseed or English, they still followed their traditional grammar. So it is, you can still see that through the way they told stories in English.
Yeah.
Okay. Ulb.
Old.
Ulb.
Old.
This word is like to camp or stay overnight. We actually use ulb, ulbalt for the hotel because you're camping out there. It's not your normal residence, but that's where you're going to stay for a night or two. Ulb.
Old.
What type of word? I was going to say what type of verb. So there we go. Next one is bachad. 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 I don't know if we have it. Oh, we don't have it on there. Quadad ti chalted. Bachad ti chalted.
Put something down.
Okay. Quadad ti chalted. Bachad ti chalted. We did a really cool training up in Lummi with the Indigenous Language Institute, and they would put just a handful of supplies on the table, and they would say, like, teach a lesson. Like, if you had this one pen, oh, stabtia, halted, halted tia, halted, halted, halted.
Oh, marker.
Halted.
Oh, okay.
Halted. Halted. Halted.
Oh.
Halted. A writing utensil. Ujutst ti halted. Twal qui guads. Khalid. 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 Making a mark. Khalid. We call a school khalalt. Khalalt. It comes from this root. So from this root, this is what's beautiful about our language, is by changing these prefixes and suffixes and moving those around, we can take this root word, khal, which means mark, to make a mark, khalad, writing, khalted, a writing tool, which could be highlighters, crayons, colored pencils, markers, pen, pencil. It could also be a paintbrush, like something, a tool that you're using to make a mark. And then we call a school khalalt. Our ancestors associated writing, all of this, you have to write, you have to write. They're forcing the kids to write. We came from an oral language. So for us, writing was so brand new. Like, we have to write, like we're used to being able to communicate orally and pass on our teachings orally, pass on everything by you're seeing what somebody's doing, and that's how you're going to learn your skill. So they associated school, this building, it's the building for making marks, because that's what they noticed the kids were being forced to do. Now you have to do cursive, now you have to do writing, now you have to do reading. So khalalt, the word that our ancestors created, comes from that same mark. Khalad, khalted, khalalt, khalalik. I don't expect you guys to know all of these, but this is the wild tangents that I'll go on. This is my side quest. This is my side quest for us to get to know, get to be familiar with our language. But yeah, isn't that cool? All of these different endings, all of these different suffixes can change that root word of mark into anything from writing to a pencil to a school to this one is like drawing. This is more specifically drawing, painting. This is school. Because this alik, some people say alik. I've heard alik. So khalalik. That alik ending is creative. So a creative mark. That could be poetry. You're making creative writings. So it could be poetry, drawing, painting, any creative way that you're making a mark with something. Sorry, guys. That all came from Bachad. Can you believe it? Achada.
What's the difference between the Alp and the Ollie? Like, they're both places.
Good question. The Ollie is a room inside of a building. So this is, the school is the big campus. But if you have like an English classroom where they're doing a lot of writing, that could be called the khalali. Yep. Okay, put down. Let me get back on track. And what type of word is this? Verb. Okay. Oh, I love this next one. I love this next one because I learned that this was somebody's Indian name. This is somebody's Indian name because they were so closely bonded with their mom. And I think that's beautiful. This is ob. Barnacle. Ob. Like if you didn't know that that was the reason why that their bond was so close with their mom, you'd be like, why is her name Barnacle? But it's so cute when you think of that like attachment.
That's like the twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I got home, I was like, whoa, okay.
Oh,
They
they're
were
like missed you.
mad. Yeah, they're
Missed
not
you.
used to.
Missed you. We have a compilation of Indian names. There's like 300 Indian names, and I don't even have all of them on there from like recent family namings. But it's really pretty to learn about people's Indian names. There's a woman down south. Her Indian name is either Quolod or Quolots. Quolod means hug. Quolots means hug me. And her name is that way because she's just like such a like endearing person and like hugs. She just hugs everyone. So like to have an Indian name like that is like, that's so beautiful to have that type of name put on you. Even this, I got so emotional when I was like, oh, hey, I saw, when I was reaching out about that Indian name list, I was like, hey, I saw this name and then I saw this name, and she was like, oh my gosh. He was given that name because he was so attached to his mom and like so like connected with her. Super cute. Okay, we only have a couple more left. We have, am I blind? No, I'm using this one. Jeez. Next one is Lup. Lup. Y'alls. that one's gonna be the possessive for y'alls. This one, sop. Sop.
Suck.
Sop. Bad. What type of word? Adjective. And hey, we're ending this one with Tala. Money.
That one stuck with me.
Tala. And what is money?
A noun.
A noun.
What I could do?
Okay. We will be using things like this to work towards doing some Mad Libs. So I encourage you guys to add those to some flashcards. Oh, Apollo, you can pick one of these sets. Add some to flashcards if you like doing flashcards and start practicing these. If you want, you can even go through some of the other things that we've done. Or actually, tomorrow I will hand out some papers that we did last year that helped. We grouped together like, here's some feelings. Here's some nouns that we've learned. Here's some adjectives we've learned. Here's some feelings, verbs, everything. So I'll pass out a list like that that's separated into these different categories, and that will help us go through some Mad Lib activities. All right. Uhoyovchak, we're all done. Thanks for going on that journey of learning with me.